cone is too long. You see how it's not focused enough? When I reduce the voltage, it reduces the arc cone, the arc length. So what happens is from the tip to the metal, the wire comes out, and halfway in between it turns into a spray. You want the arc cone to be as short and narrow and focused as you can. When the voltage is too long, the arc cone is closer to the tip. When the arc cone is closer to the tip, your arc cone is like all over the place, unstable, and not really focused enough. So you get better results with a shorter arc cone. Now when you hear crackling, then you're too short, it's starting to short circuit. So you kind of want to spray, maybe an occasional crackle, but not much crackling, but you want the shortest arc cone possible. And you can tell overall, I'm still a little bit cold. I started off kind of way cold, and I'm still a little bit cold. And I still don't like the way how the arc cone is. Now what I could do is I could cheat. I could weld it like this to have the same position and everything. I should have welded them both like this so I could have focused the heat more on this thick part. See those voids here? This is going to turn out nicer for two reasons. Now it's preheated, and I can point the gun down into the thick part. Where here I pointed into the wall being the thicker part. So when you weld those, keep that in mind to where you like set the joint up the smart way, let's say. Yeah, that works out all right. See, no inclusions on the bottom. See how much nicer it looks?
Yeah.
It's the same joint, just different position. So what happens is, where you see all the black in the weld and the black smoke, where you saw it coming out, that piece here has a significant amount of contamination in it. See that? And right back in that valley too.
Yeah, this is not highly pressed material.
Yes. So that's kind of where your contamination is coming from, where you're fighting it. When I ramp up the speed, it's to burn through some of it, where it doesn't want to flow. I give it some extra, and then where it's burning a hole in, or about to burn a hole in, I pull it down to fill that hole. You see how poorly that worked? So that would be the best case scenario on your boat. If you want to weld on that boat, whatever you see in that first cluster is the best you can possibly hope for without any prep. See how much cleaner that was? So the first half is dirty, the second half is clean. So now if you compare this to the one I just did, you can tell the difference between clean and unclean right away. And this was a half-ass attempt of cleaning. Yeah, so, and you see, like in the back where there was a little gap and some of the black soot came through, you see a little bit of peppering in it, but all overall, you see how much nicer it flows. Now again, and this is why cleaning is only so important. This still looks better than that by a mile, but not as good as the clean part. But that is also having another 2 minutes more experience because I just did that one, and maybe having another 10 CFM of gas. Gas helps you clean stuff. If I want to mitigate warpage and distortion, you see how it looks like a banana? Instead of welding from here to there and heating the whole part up, except the whole part will heat up, but what you can do is you can weld about 4 inches from here to there, then weld from here to there, from here to there, from here to there. So whatever pull this one creates, as you put that one in, it'll equalize it. Your welding direction is right to left, but your overall travel direction is left to right. If you do, the technique is called backstepping. So, what you need to do then is you need to make yourself little marks. Don't make tack welds. The tack weld is a potential weak point, leak point, crack point. So you want to start here, weld this way, and then you want to start here and then overlap that by about 1/4 inch. Never weld from tack to tack, just make a Sharpie mark, soapstone mark, and then do this again. So that will help you to mitigate the warpage and distortion a little bit. Also, what would help is to run double pulse on one of those. Double pulse is cooler than regular pulse, and you can weld the whole thing in double pulse and mitigate some distortion there too.